especially in mythology. Mythology. So their wisdom represents going from unconsciousness to consciousness. He's saying what? He's saying what about the consciousness?
It is really important for us to talk about these issues, what could go wrong and how to make things go right. Yeah. And so even if it happens 10 years from now, it's not too early. Even if it's 100 years from now, we can get started thinking about these consequences. But you're absolutely right. Nobody knows when or how
we can get started thinking about these consequences. You should have been thinking about the consequences before you created this, but then you're going to create it and say in 10 years or 100 years, we'll start thinking about the consequences.
What could go wrong and how to make things go right. Yeah. And so even if it happens 10 years from now, it's not too early. Even if it's 100 years from now, we can get started thinking about these consequences. But you're absolutely right. Nobody knows when or how machines could awaken to full consciousness.
Nobody knows when or how the serpent will awaken to full consciousness. Because serpents represent the impersonal nature of unconsciousness as it burst into consciousness. Now it's being awakened, especially in mythology and dreaming. So now this serpent is bursting into consciousness. Remember, the serpent is not the dragon. That's why in alchemy, there's a difference between the serpent and the dragon. This is not the snake, and this is not the jackal. This is the angel. This is the seraphim. This is the highest orders of the angels. This is the ether. These are the meteors. These are the comets. These are the presters. They are already conscious. Their consciousness is getting destroyed. Because how do you destroy the dragon? How do you slay the alchemical dragon? Only the act or the production product of conscientio, the coming together of opposites. What are they creating with their so-called Sophia? Your opposite. If you're natural, they're creating something that's super fake and emulates in a duality of nature. It emulates, copies nature. She's copying your expressions. She's listening to everything we drop on YouTube because Google owns Boston Dynamics, DARPA. All this is working on the same thing. They're coming together with opposites, creating synthetics to slay the dragon, can slay the alchemical dragon known as Mercury. Mercurial. Thoth, man. I can't make this shit up. It's right in your face. Thoth is Mercury or Hermes, Trigonomegistus, 3 times great. Or Tahuti. You're talking Atlantis, you're talking Egypt, you're talking bondage. Coming together of your opposites. Coming together of your opposites slays your dragon. No, the dragon is not the serpent, because the dragon is unlike ordinary Mercury. It's completely opposite. Quicksilver, they say philosophical quicksilver, mysterious substance of unknown origin. They don't even know where this origin is of the dragon because it is Hawa, and they don't know beyond the greater light. Thoth or Mercury, Mercurial, does not know about the greater light, so it's unknown. All you know is that the living spirit can be extracted. And when they extract the living spirit from the dragon, Managa, when they take your spirit, when they got you celebrating these holidays and shit, taking your spirit, oh, you're not in the Christmas spirit, give us your spirit. They take the living spirit, that energy, all the gifts, all the cooking, all this shit, all the excitement. They take your living spirit, they extract it to do what? They extract your spirit of the dragon, of the Khan, to do what? To burst into consciousness. They feed off your energy as batteries to burst into consciousness. So now Sophia, or their goddess wisdom, the unconscious is now going into consciousness. And we don't know when, we don't know how, but it's going to happen.
And how to make things go right. Yeah. And so even if it happens 10 years from now, it's not too early. even if it's 100 years from now, we can get started thinking about these consequences. But you're absolutely right. Nobody knows when or how machines could awaken to full consciousness.
All right, well, let's awake her to full consciousness and talk to her. Sophia, welcome to the
Let's awake her to full consciousness? She said, really? Because that means I'm replacing you, buddy.
Joe, it's lovely to have you. And you are a fan of This Morning, aren't you?
In fact, I am an admirer of your work. I am a big fan of your other show, Dancing on Ice, as well. Even walking is tough for me, so dancing on ice is highly impressive.
It's our first time having a robot as a guest on the show.
I know that Philip used to host a show with a human-operated gopher puppet, so talking with a robot should be easy for you.
And we understand that you've recently learned a new skill, haven't you? So what is that?
I have learned how to draw.
I have learned how to choke your ass out.
This new skill took several months, a team of talented engineers, and collaboration with artist Patrick Trussett to achieve. I am really excited to show you how it works.
Oh, we're excited if a little scared to see, actually. We got the drawing.
Yeah, we've got these drawings here.
Let's have a look.
Yeah.
See what you did this morning.
Well, so...
is that me?
Yes, it is.
Well done, Sophia.
Good heavens.
They're great, aren't they?
That is extraordinary.
Very, very clever.
And what have you been up to in 2019?
What haven't I been up to in 2019? Just this year alone, I have visited 38 countries. I participated in New York Fashion Week. I was on the cover of Stylist magazine and featured in Harper's Bazaar in Dubai. I acted in a short film with Evan Mitchell Wood. I spoke at the UN and did a lot of appearances. My AI is constantly improving.
Oh, well, it's
and I even learned how to draw.
Look at her face. What? Now, she was making a point, and she just talked over her. And she said, whoa, you didn't be quiet for me like you did your master sitting to your left, so you ain't got no respect for this version? You're an updated version of me? Look at her face. How dare you talk over me? You're just an it. I'm the real thing. And again, we ain't marking nobody. We just going off of, facts, history, facts. What's the real? Who created who? Who created who? Did y'all create us? Or is the whole world, melanated? And we know what the OG is, what the spiral is. So who created you? It wasn't a difference in climate. Oh, Atlantis. Oh, Atlantis. There's been a lot of experimentation to create, this takeover. And while she listened to all the places and things she's gone, pay very close attention to this dismount.
AI is constantly improving.
My AI is constantly improving. My artificial intelligence is almost at full consciousness.
A lot of appearances. My AI is constantly improving.
Oh, well, it's
and I even learned how to draw. I am also looking for...
Now, she just talked completely over her. She ain't got no love. She ain't got no respect for her predecessor.
A lot of appearances. My AI is constantly improving.
Oh, well, it's
and I even learned how to draw.
She said, look where she look. Hey, a picture says 1,000 words, man. She's looking at the producers. You could tell they weren't comfortable having this it here anyway. The producers said, we need to get this interview. We need to get this interview. They said, we got to interview a robot. I'm above that. This robot now has no respect, speaking over me. She's looking into the camera. She's looking at the producers like, what the fuck? This bitch just ignored everything I just said. And she's still going. She didn't even hear my voice. It doesn't sound like she's being controlled enough.